threat by Talk and Text at the top of the second quarter, Jason.
Talk and Text made that run, but for Barangay Ginebra, that three-point shot, every time it goes in, it brings back the crowd into the game and really lifts their spirits. And at the same time, as it lifts their spirits, breaks the spirits of Talk and Text. And right now you can see Barangay Ginebra, even though they lost that lead for a bit of time in this quarter, they're the team again that has the momentum heading into the halftime.
I remember you and I did a San Miguel game, and you said when you started to see Daniel Defonso Sigel, not Defonso Sigel, and the others, we take a look at Mr. Henry Cuanco, of course, and the San Miguel fans, you were saying, enjoying their team is complete, as we take a look at Mr. MVP Manny Pangilinan, of course. And now Ginebra fans are enjoying a bit of seeing their team back in action, more intact. Renaud Sonny Barrios, our commissioner, has been a busy weekend for the commissioner. Ren's shot earlier, which I declared as a 2. And I will kill Roy Lopez later, the scorer now, but they can change that upon review. That's the whole point there. It's now a 3. It's 52-49. Can you imagine way back in the 80s when you couldn't change it?
Kasi kailangan mo i-rewind yung tape eh. Ngayon, mabilis na, digital.
Actually. Long shot! Oh! Oh! 30-second timeout after that spectacular hit from long distance. 30-second timeout brought to you by Handy Picks and First Aid ng Bahay Mo. Bonds all seals off.
I remember during the eliminations, Barangay Ginebra really struggled because of injuries. But the one thing that was able to keep them alive and be at the upper part of our standings was that three-point shot. At a time, their three-point shot was very close to the percentage that they shot from two-point region. But here in today's game, they're shooting the same amount, the same percentage from the three-point line and from the field. They're shooting 9 out of 18 from the three-point line at 50%. And 10 out of 20 from two-point range. And that one could have been from four-point range because it was so far.
First Alaska waiting for their opponent. They haven't played in 2 weeks.
You know, they're just watching and just going, sige, magbugbugan pa kayo, mapagod kayo.
5-game series. Of course, Fieldwood's already into the semifinals against San Miguel. 95-85 was its winning score earlier against Rain or Shine that ended its interesting run, its spectacular run. No more time. No more time. No more time on that one. At the end of 2 quarters, Ginebra finds itself in front. And we will need 2 more quarters to decide on that opponent that Alaska will eventually have. Getting to be a familiar sight here. We talking to JC and Tal at halftime. Leah, take care of it.
All right, thanks, Seth. I'm with JC and Tal. JC, from the start of the ball game, you came out with so much intensity. Mukhang naging motivation niyo pa yung drama na nangyari in Game 4.
Yeah, I just want to be aggressive tonight. Yung nga sabi ni Coach, it's a do-or-die game for us, so we have to stay in shape and just attack the basket now.
All right, and the score is actually not that far your lead. So what else do you need to do in the second half to get the W?
Play defense against Cardona and Castro, and of course Elapago in the third quarter.
Thank you very much. Good luck in the second half. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with our halftime feature, which is actually on the Rockets. JC and Tal, stay with us.
Furious action we've witnessed in the first half of play, and restoring the do-or-die motif of this quarterfinals, because somebody's season will just come to a close while one teams will move forward here.
Definitely a winner-go-home situation, and we've seen from both teams their A game. They've come out here, they've gone through and surpassed the what you would call yung kaba. Wala tayong nakita mga players na kabado. What we've seen are players that want to win. And yes, both teams have come out fighting in this game.
Both have had runs. Now let's review your webpage. Let's start with Ginebra.
We talked about Ginebra, and one of the keys for Barangay Ginebra was to force Talk and Text into bad shots. That was number 1. But they failed to do that because Talk and Text is shooting 44%. But the good thing that they did was actually force Talk and Text into poor three-point shooting. 2 out of 16 from the three-point line. That's what Ginebra has done well throughout the season, and that's what they've been doing well in this game. Number 2 in that list was that free throws are still key. Not a lot of free throws so far. Only 13 attempts for Barangay Ginebra, but they made 8 of that. On the other hand, Talk-N-Text had 11 attempts, and they made 7 of that. So that's basically right about fair for both teams. And finally, was for Barangay Ginebra to keep the pressure on. And there are many ways to keep the pressure on. And in this game, the way Barangay Ginebra is keeping the pressure on Talk-N-Text is by hitting that 3-point shot. That's the shot that has kept the crowd in the game, and that's the shot that has kept them buoyant in this game.
And they've not relinquished the lead so far. On the other side of your page, we've got Talk-N-Text with their interesting entries into the webpage.
Well, for Talk-N-Text, it was imperative for them to push the basketball, but Barangay Ginebra has not allowed them to do that. Only 3 fast break attempts for Talk-N-Text and only 2 points out of that. And so far, Talk-N-Text, although they're in this game, you'd like to see them run a little bit more, Seb. Number 2 on that list was to win the guard battle, and so far they have been doing very well from that guard spot. Jared Dillinger has 11, Castro 11, Cardona 10, Ritualo 5. The one guy that has been absent so far is Jimmy Alapag.
Yes.
And like JC Intal had mentioned earlier, you would expect for Jimmy Alapag to have a good third quarter and start the game going. And finally, we talked about turning off the distractions, and you've seen it from them. Coaches are very into the game, not really dealing with the referees too much. The players are not dealing with the crowd. So far, in terms of turning off the distractions, very good for Talk-N-Text.
Okay, a different fire will start in the third quarter. We await that in just a short while. Down to a half. In the meantime, I think there's something wrong on the other side of the floor as a bit of tape is being applied on the hardwood. Medyo nangangansaw yung crowd, ano, at ginamitan ng ano yung kaibigan natin, handy fix, kaya hindi ayun, naayos na rin, aayusin yan. Yung nag-aayos, wala siyang pakialam. 21,000 yung nakatingin sa kanya, plus 10 players, 2 teams, referees, officials. Abay, mag-antay kayo sandali.
And that's what I call working under pressure.
Yan ang pressure. Diba?
Lahat ng tao gusto magmadali ka na, tapusin mo na yung ginagawa mo, at gusto na maglaro.
Ako ba tinitingnan niyo sa akin? Okay. Keys in the second. I know we've gone through the web page, but you know, emotion has been such an ingredient here, and the team that manages well in the second half should be moving forward in the season. In the meantime, referee Herrera wants to make sure that that bit of space is secure. We'll take a short break, give the guys a chance to work on this, and let's see what happens. Sabi sa inyo, papalakpak kami. In the meantime, we've got this good-sized crowd, king-sized crowd. Actually, third quarter now finally swings its doors wide open. Again, keep in mind, earlier tonight, Pure Foods already into the semifinals. Look at this pass.
So it all starts out with opening up the game because of the ability to shoot from the outside. Simple play right there. Talk-N-Text defense respecting the shooting of JC Intal, so they're playing in tight. JC Intal backdoors, gets a foul from Cardona, and he continues to lead this game in scoring with his 18th marker.
First pair of points by Intal in the second half. 16, of course, was his collection in the first half. 3 of 6 from the three-point zone. Perfect from two-point distance, and 3 of 4 from free throw distance. Lead pass, kind of risky, and it will stay with the Barangay Ginebra. Just 30 seconds into this third quarter. 9-point lead by the Barangay. Patricia, join us, please.
Well, just adjustments on the Ginebra Barangay Gin King side, according to assistant coach Juno Soler. He said defensively, they just have to block those picks. As Talk and Text has been getting a lot of layups off of it. Offensively, they haven't really pushed the ball much in the first half, so expect them to attack and look for those mismatches. Over on the other side, Coach